When big brother Mzansi brought Ashley, Ogle and sweet Guluva together, something extraordinary unfolded. Not just a connection between two individuals, but the beginning of a story that would ripple far beyond the television screens of South Africa. What began as subtle moments shared in front of cameras evolved into a heartfelt romance, and more importantly, a blending of two beautiful families. This isn't a story about tabloid rumors or flashy headlines. It's not about viral moments or online speculation. This is a quiet, powerful narrative about the kind of love that opens doors, softens hearts, and builds bridges between entire communities. A story about how two people found love, and how their families, with grace and warmth, chose to become one. Their story is a reminder to us all. When love is real, it doesn't just affect those directly involved. It reaches parents, siblings, cousins, neighbors, and friends. It brings strangers around the same table. And sometimes, it creates one family out of two. Inside the Big Brother house, daily life was a mix of strategy, alliances, fun, and challenge. But for viewers paying close attention, something softer, quieter, and infinitely more beautiful was happening. Asterisk asterisk, the slow bloom of affection between Ashley and Sweet. In the way they encouraged one another through stressful tasks. In the calm conversations shared when the rest of the house buzzed. In the look on Ashley's face when Guluva entered the room. And the subtle pride in his voice whenever he spoke of her character. It wasn't performative. It wasn't forced. It was real. And back home, two sets of families watched intently, not just for entertainment, but because something felt familiar. They could see the values they had poured into their children reflected in the other. A foundation of kindness, resilience, humility, and grace. When Ashley and Sweet eventually stepped back into the real world, their journey didn't end, it deepened. Behind the cameras, away from the curated drama of reality TV, something truly heartwarming was beginning. Introductions between two families already rooting for each other. The Ogles, grounded, warm, and quietly proud, welcomed Guluva with affection and sincerity. He wasn't treated like a guest. He was embraced like a long-lost family member. Meals were shared. Conversations flowed. He listened, observed, and instantly understood that this was a space built on love. On the other side, Ashley walked into the Guluva home and felt the same. Elders greeted her with wisdom in their eyes. Younger cousins crowded around her. She was not Ashley from TV. She was Ashley, a beloved addition to their growing circle. There was no awkwardness, no hesitation, just an unspoken understanding that she was meant to be there, and so was he. The coming together of the Ogle and Sweet families wasn't just about accepting each other's children. It was about living Ubuntu, the deeply African philosophy of interconnectedness and humanity. Traditional meals from both households were served without pride or competition. Customs and rituals were shared, not debated. Sweet's family introduced Ashley to cherished family stories, while Ashley's kin walked Guluva through their heritage. Not as guests, but as kin. And slowly, every visit became less of a visit and more of a return home. They weren't just blending lives, they were blending histories. Ubuntu wasn't just a philosophy anymore. It was how they greeted each other, how they passed the salt at dinner, how they celebrated birthdays as one giant village. Love in the public eye isn't easy. Every moment is scrutinized. Every smile or silence can be misread. But where many families might have stumbled, the Ogles and the Guluvas stood tall, unified, and grounded. They didn't issue flashy statements or respond to online noise. Instead, they offered steady support in silence, affirming that their love existed not to impress others, but to nourish the people who lived it. They taught the rest of us something crucial. Love doesn't need validation, it just needs truth. What's more beautiful than watching a relationship blossom? Watching entire families adopt each other. Siblings calling each other sis and bro, not out of politeness but with real affection. Cousins planning trips that include everyone. Aunts checking in across households. Uncles watching football together on Saturdays. Parents trading family recipes, exchanging laughter, and even settling playful debates over who raised the better cook. It stopped being about Ashley's side and Guluva's side. Instead, it became our family, our people, our children, our future. The union between these families wasn't only visible in happy moments. It was felt deeply in the quiet ones too. When one household had reason to mourn, the other was there, with food, with song, with comfort. When there was cause to celebrate, birthdays, graduations, milestones, it became a shared calendar, filled with joy that belonged to everyone. The power of chosen family is in the way it shows up. Not just when it's easy, but when it's hard, when it's complicated, when someone's heart feels heavy. The Guluvas and the Ogles did not just merge in joy. They stood together in every storm, side by side. Family is more than structure. It's a sound, a rhythm, a language only shared by those who have decided to love each other. In the Ogle Guluva universe, that sound is laughter in kitchens. It's the shuffle of chairs at long dinner tables to make space for one more. It's lullabies sung by different voices to the same sleeping child. It's prayers said aloud with one heart, even if in different tongues. It's the sound of the doorbell followed by, "Ah, it's just us," because there's no need to knock when you're already home. Children are always watching. And what they're seeing in Ashley and Sweet's journey is something tender and powerful. They're watching love without ego, acceptance without conditions, respect without force. They're growing up in a world where families don't need to match, they just need to show up. For the nieces and nephews now calling someone new auntie or uncle, for the cousins who now have playmates they didn't know they were missing, the legacy is already being built. And it's one that will stretch far beyond this generation. Without press releases or planned photo shoots, the Ogle and Guluva families have become symbols of modern love with traditional depth. They honor their roots while embracing a new shared path. They allow room for difference while centering compassion. Their story isn't extraordinary because of how loud it is. It's extraordinary because of how quietly strong it has become. The legacy isn't in fame. It's in the shared meals, the exchanged glances, the moment two grandmothers from different lives discover they sing the same lullabies. It's in grace. In knowing that the best kind of family is the one that leaves no one behind. This is not a love story about Ashley and Sweet alone. It's the story of every handshake that turned into a hug, every shared laugh across a table, every step taken from hello to this is my family now too. There is no more his or hers. There's only ours. Two families once walked parallel paths, watching from a distance. Today, they walk together, toward everything, toward anything, toward always. Tell us which country you are watching us from. Thank you.